So it's probably going to be a busy 24 hours for free agent quarterbacks out there. Brady Quinn, you're going to get a call. All right, I'm telling you that right now, because a lot of starting quarterbacks went down with injury yesterday.
Could you do it, Brady?
I could stand on the sideline for sure.
Okay.
Be a backup? Hell yeah. Give me like 3-4 weeks to work out the arm, get it back into shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Could stand there and hold a clipboard.
All right. Yeah. Y'all heard it out there now, so make sure y'all give his people
I did
a call.
hit up one of my buddies. He's on one of the staffs, and I was like, man, because I feel for him, like when you lose your starter, especially for a significant period of time, like in the NFL, everyone kind of knows what that means. It's kind of like that in college. Although college, you could stack some of these kids up where you got like a talented guy right behind them. Who maybe you're going to try to redshirt, but now it's going to be thrusted into play. Usually in the NFL, it's so different because when you got a franchise guy, you spend on that franchise guy. And so the next guy behind him is probably a younger cat or not getting paid to, anywhere close and isn't really as good as your starter. So the reality is, like, most teams are sitting there going, oh, well, guess we're looking on to next year.
And the early window game saw a lot of quarterbacks go down. Tyrod Taylor, Desmond Ridder, Kenny Pickett, Matt Stafford, all knocked out of the early game. Still waiting on the significance of those injuries. And then,
the Cousins one, I think we know. It's a torn Achilles. Yeah. He's done for the season.
Which sucks considering
that's their season.
Yeah, and right. He felt like we thought Justin
he was up for the MVP the way he was playing.
Yeah, and we thought Justin Jefferson going down was going to be the end of them, and they've bounced back. They get to 500. Jordan Addison, by the way, he's playing really, really well in place of as the number one receiver in place of Justin Jefferson. And you just see the way that Kirk's playing. And it feels like there's the feeling about him, and I don't know if it had anything to do with the Netflix reality show, but the feeling about Kirk Cousins started to change. Like there's almost been instead of people maybe taking shots at him or picking on him or some people out there who want to point out the fact that he had struggled outside of the 1 p.m. Eastern time window.
I agree with you there.
Like now things have started
like appreciation,
to change.
more appreciation for him.
This guy's pretty damn durable and like actually pretty good, all things considered.
Then he wiped off the prime time stain too.
Yeah.
Think about it. He was on pace. He's completing 70% of his passes. He's on pace for arguably about 4,800 yards, right? 36 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. That's a solid year. Like, that's in the MVP conversation. I think when you look at his play the entirety of the season, you'd have to include him as part of that. And the toughest part is the Vikings were heading into such an unknown into next year because he's not under contract. They're trying to get Justin Jefferson extended. Obviously, when he comes back, this injury impacts his ability to make a case based on the stats. Because when Justin Jefferson was healthy, you could probably put him up for Offensive Player of the Year. He was leading the league in yards until the hamstring injury. So, and you just mentioned Jordan Addison. He obviously this is going to hit him and hurt him as well. So it's just, I don't know. It's a tough call. They did trade for Nick Mullins. So there was a desire, I think, to have a backup they felt good about. So I believe he is the backup on the roster. But you got to wonder if the Vikings feel like now sitting at 4-4, they're 2-0 in the division, which if you look at the rest of the division, Chicago's 0-2, Green Bay's 1-2, and then Detroit's 1-0. Like they're right in the thick of it. And would they call Trey Lance? Would they call for someone else who might make sense? Sam Darnold, we thought might get the start for San Fran. Maybe if Sam Darnold a call. Carson Wentz is out there. There's so many different directions they could go, but the problem is you'd like someone that's coming in to know the quarterback situation or know the offense, and that's the hard part. Is I don't know how many guys out there that are available that could come in and do even close to the job Kirk Cousins was doing.
Kevin O'Connell, as head coach, spoke afterwards about the injury and just what Kirk Cousins means to the organization.
He's being evaluated and will be into tomorrow. We are fearing an Achilles injury. The severity of that, I do not know at this point, but I know that's what our fear is in the moment, and we'll confirm that as soon as possible. I'm thinking of Kirk, our locker room, every single player in our locker room. Thinking about our leader, our guy right now. Whatever is the case, if we don't have him for one snap or for the duration of our season, that will not change the fact of what I believe Kirk Cousins, the level he played to this year, and ultimately what he's meant to me and our organization.
So the last time Kirk Cousins missed a game was Week 7 of the 2019 season. That was due to COVID. And then, other than that, never missed a game due to injury. So this is like a really, really durable player who's now got the Achilles, and he's done for the season most likely.
Well, and like you said, listen, the appreciation had started to go to a different place. It's almost like he was like the punchline of, is he a franchise quarterback joke?
Yeah.
But I really didn't feel that this year in terms of how people have spoken about him or the type of I guess just the way people explained them. And so you'd have to assume that amount of appreciation that you could feel for him this season will probably be further solidified when you see how big of a void is left by him not being a part of playing in these games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Final year of his contract as well, too. So there is that out there. What do they do moving forward? There was some thought. Remember,
I'm curious to see if he kind of comes at people and leverages the whole Aaron Rodgers deal. We saw Aaron Rodgers looking like, he could possibly suit up and take a couple snaps. I wonder if Kirk Cousins will kind of further build his brand by trying to outdo Aaron Rodgers' timetable. How about that? Let's be competitive here.
Dude, there's two things that, by the way, it shouldn't go understated if we're talking about injuries, people coming back. Jalen Ramsey coming back and playing, by the way, had a nice pick in the game.
He did have a good pick.
On a meniscus surgery, 3 months out, I think it's 94 days out, is unprecedented. Like, I don't know that we've seen someone do that within 4 months. And so, I'm not sure what is going on with these guys with rehabbing and coming back. But Rodgers down there throwing too. Like, guys are coming back faster than ever, or at least appears they're on timetables faster than ever. I need to dive into, like, how that's happening. It seems like it would be – some of this stuff seems almost impossible, yet they're doing it. So maybe it's the new rehab protocol. Maybe it's the player, just their focus on it. I don't know what it is, but something's going on there.
Can I throw something out there? Right,
sure, throw it out there.
I'm just going to ask this question.
Go ahead and ask it.
Because, it does seem like players are returning a lot quicker now. Was there any sort of adjustment to what's considered a banned substance in the CBA or anything like that? Like, was there any sort of like maybe the NFLPA and the NFL got together?
The CBA wouldn't change what the banned substance would be. It'd be whatever's on the banned substance list.
Okay,
that would be the change. The only thing they'd change is the method of testing, depending on what testing they're doing on something. Like if some new test came along, or if there was, some other different type of test that they were now agreeing upon would be the best way to test for street drugs and PEDs, however they did it. So because,
Julian Edelman a few years ago got popped, and the story was, he was trying to recover faster from injury. That's why, he tested positive and, pissed hot and missed 4 games.
What did he do?
He pissed hot. I just wonder
Is it all of that hot? When is it ever cold?
I don't know.
Ew.
It's just, it's fun to say.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm just
when you're outside in the cold and you go to the
it's still warm, super warm.
It looks warm. Like steam's coming off that.
You see the vapes going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe
doesn't everyone piss hot?
You're funny as hell, Q.
Do you think that maybe the NFL and the NFLPA said, listen, we know it's a natural thing for your body to piss hot?
The answer is yes.
So you do think that maybe they said, all right, why don't we go ahead and
I was answering Q. I wasn't answering you. I wasn't even listening to you. I was just letting you go ahead and give your conspiracy theory.
I appreciate it.
No, I'm joking. I was listening. Go ahead.
Just
finish your theory.
I just wonder if maybe they looked at this and said, hey, there's nothing we can do about the turf. Owners don't want to change the turf.
So just let them use them PEDs.
Yeah, I hope you recover a little bit quicker.